Hello, comadres. Welcome to your new moon report in Leo. Leo season is in full effect. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. And as always, I love sharing space with you and sharing everything that I learn about the moon. To the comadres who are here live, welcome. Thank you for being here. And to those of you who are watching later, also thank you for watching. And just know that you can always join us live. We usually have a really cool Q&A after where we get to share and we get to really come together as a community. So if you want to join us, always check out the events or the invites section in Mighty Networks. And there's always a Zoom link that is available for you. Okay, so let's get started with the new moon in Leo. So, Leo, authentic, resilient, these are the words that come through, powerful, and there's definitely continuing that kind of rising energy. But this time with Leo, we're feeling it in a real personal way. Even though we've been shown themes of Aquarius thus far, for those moonies that are here with me that are regulars, we've been talking about Aquarius and that energy that has been coming in, showing us the big picture. And new moons are about new cycles, new beginnings, right? New chapters. And this one is really, really urging us. This new moon is urging us to really look at that new chapter that is coming up. And we're all feeling it somewhere in our charts, whether it's something that you may consider small or may consider something big, a big event in your life. It is still significant. It is still worthy of paying attention to, whether it's uprising inside of you or it's your external world outside of you. There is change happening, and Leo is asking us to pay attention. It is a strong energy, and there is about 6 planets in different fixed signs right now. So there is a fixed energy that is coming through. And what do I mean by fixed energy? Well, it's that energy that is steady, that is reliable, that is dependable, that is looking for stability. So this new moon is looking for stability. Where can you invite stability? Where has there been an uprising for you? Where have you heard that call that has been asking you for that change? Either it's a new way of looking at things, a new relationship, a new job, a new partnership. There is something new that has been asking for expression. And the new moon in Leo reminds us of that sense of self. And how are we going to creatively express who we are? What is being called into action, but is in total alignment with that new emerging you, that new authentic self, right? So think about it. Ask yourself, what is asking to be moved? What is asking to be truly authentic, whether I am unpopular on my thought process or whether I'm voicing something that is a little bit different from those who I have around me? What am I being shown? Where am I being asked to stand up for myself? And with Leo, we're looking at this personal power, right? We're looking at the big picture because opposing Leo is always Aquarius, and it's always asking us about, well, who do you want to have around you? What are you creating? Where are you shining? Where are you dissolving illusion in terms of where you need change? And we're looking at these things, but through a very, very personal lens. And it's that personal lens of Leo. So when you're looking at these things, I'm going to be giving you some questions. If you want to participate in these questions and you don't have anything to write with, go ahead and grab that now. Ask yourself these things. Where am I being called to move forward, but in alignment with this new chapter? And have I been resisting? The big picture has been shown, and And maybe the terms have changed around it. You may be surprised as to where you stand now. There's a square that this moon is having with Uranus and Taurus, and Uranus is stationing to go retrograde. So it's in a really intense spot. And there may be surprises or breakthroughs that come with whatever is emerging. There may be surprises as to where you land in the game. Maybe you didn't see yourself where you are right now. And the idea is to let go of those expectations, to let go of whatever idea it is that you had of where it is that you're supposed to be and that you're not, and whatever the narrative around that is. Let's start changing that and just accepting what is, accepting where we are, accepting who we are and the way that we feel about things. It's important that we really land, and this energy is feeling like something is arriving or something is landing. And it may be very, very personal. It may be as small as a thought process, or whether you decide to, write something or not, or start a practice or not. Maybe that may seem small right now, but that, if you're getting called to do even the smallest thing, we can't determine what that is going to amount to. What is that going to begin to build inside of you and outside of you? So personal lens. This is not about others right now. This is about you, your personal power, your willpower. And it's okay to be in a surprising place. You may need a little time to kind of get your bearings and figure out what it is that you're going to do from this moment forward. But you are where you are. And the faster that we begin to accept that, or we decide to accept that and allow to receive that new authenticity, the better you're going to feel.
Do you want to hear?
I promise. Because there's something really powerful in self-acceptance and self-actualization. And when we make a decision to land in that personal power, we move from a place of more confidence. And Leo is all about confidence. Work with your solar plexuses, comadres. And this is part of your chakra system. It's a solar plexus chakra. And it's part of your energetic anatomy. And it resides between your heart and your navel, what people call your gut sometimes. And working with that area of your energy or of your energetic body begins to cultivate self-acceptance, self-esteem, confidence. It gives us the acceptance. It gives us the realization that we have the right to act in our lives from wherever place that comes from for you. And maybe it might be a minute step, but we don't know what that step is going to lead to. So try to have confidence in whatever you're moving through, because we have the potential to go higher right now. And when I say higher, I mean vibration, to vibrate at a higher state, to stay in a more harmonious place, to be more joyous in the way that we approach life, so that when things inevitably come our way, we can respond in a better way. We can navigate through our life using our personal power in a way where we move through life with confidence. There may be difficulties, there may be losses, and I have an intuition that we're going to be seeing a lot of that before we start seeing a lot of lighter energy out in the world. There's a lot that we need to work through. There's a lot that we need to get through. But at least we can begin to invite these lighter energies within ourselves. Because really, so within, so without, as above, so below. And these are things that we can cultivate in our personal lives and then push them forward out into the material world. Change starts with us. So be that change. Whatever that looks like for you, you've been hearing the call, you know. So answer it. And if you're not ready to answer it, then observe and pause. About a week coming into this new moon, there was a Saturn opposition to the sun, which may have brought up a lot of stuff. It was a difficult week for some of us. And it was difficult in a way because we arrived at a realization where we were like, what? All right, what is that? And whether that was internal, whether that was external, whether that manifested in an argument or maybe in a loss of someone or a job or a position, or maybe an idea or a project completely changed and shifted in a direction where you're like, what? You know, there were things that came up that asked you to observe. Take a moment in this new moon and reflect on that. What were you asked to observe? What was this Saturn opposition to the sun showing us? Because it came charged, heavily charged, and it did lighten up the mood. And I'm hoping that within the next couple of days, we will start feeling a little lighter. But it did come heavily charged with an energy that at this point, there's kind of no way back. There's no way back. So acceptance, and a lot of acceptance. Have a lot of grace with yourself. You know, I remember describing this to a friend of mine, like, for me, the way that this change came in, it came in like a lightning bolt. It was like 1 minute I was here, and then the next minute I was a completely different person. And it almost felt like I was quantum leaped into something else, and I was just like dropped, and I'm like, what do I do now? How do I act now? And it felt new. And it took me a while to kind of, I guess, adjust to the energy and really see myself as this person. And it was, for me, the first time that transformation had happened so quickly. I'll usually move through transformation or, you know, arrive at it, or maybe, you know, build a ceremony around it, but never had it come in so lightning bolt. I guess it was that Uranus energy that was coming through, and it just felt electric and instant, and I was different. I was completely different. I felt different. I perceived differently. So with that story, I'm hoping to invite you to question less during this time about how this is coming through, and lean into this energy to see, you know, usually this Leo moon is a little bit more peppy and happier. It comes around and it's big, it's fiery, you know, but this opposition to Saturn did dim it down a little bit, and it made this energy feel a bit restrictive. And this showed up in different ways around the world, and probably in your personal life in different ways. But Leo still wants us to embrace the new chapter. Yeah, you know, we've been through hell to get here. But be courageous, be bold. If this new thing, if this new sense of self, if this new creative expression that is wanting to come through you makes you feel a little bit afraid or doubtful about yourself, that's just more of an indication that that's where you need to go. Be bold and be courageous. Step into that power that has been asking you. Think of it as leading the energy in a direction where we all want to go, even for those that may not be consciously aware of what is going on right now. You that are here, that are usually here listening to this moon report, there's an awareness that you possess. And not everybody has it. So think of yourself as a ripple effect. The changes you create in you will affect everyone you come in contact with. And right now, a good way to move through that energy is actual movement. Like, have you been feeling that energy of getting some exercise in, of like moving your body, maybe like doing finally that dance class that you wanted to do, or like just stretching in the morning, as simple as that. Move your body if that's what's being asked of you, because we are learning to transmute energy in different ways. And particularly with this energy, our body needs to move. Energy gets trapped in our joints. Energy gets trapped in areas of tension. Move through that energy as much as possible. So I want to leave you with a few questions, comadres, for you to reflect on. And let's start with one that's short and sweet. What do I want? What do I want? What is best for where I am going? What is best for where I am going? So we're asked to look at ourselves, but to have a little bit of foresight and forward thinking as to where we want to go. What have I been resisting? What have I been resisting? What has been growing inside of me? What has been growing inside of me? And then lastly, where can I let go of expectation? Where can I let go of expectations? Take time to reflect on these questions, journal about them a little bit, get deep with yourself, look at the big picture through a personal lens when you're looking at this, because yeah, we are asked to look at ourselves personally, but ultimately it is so that we arrive to an authenticity where when we have to work together, we know exactly what we need to do. We know exactly what our role is, what our purpose is, because ultimately it's about working together. It's about unity. But at this point, we don't even know how to do that. We don't even know who we are or what we want, really, and that it's possible to attain it. Through the purity of our intentions, Venus and Virgo, through being of service. So what has been calling you, comadre? I want to leave you with an affirmation for this new moon in Leo, where I invite you to have courage and creativity and fun. Even if it doesn't feel like it right now, ignite that spark, that inner spark. Your affirmation is, I boldly love myself exactly the way I am. I boldly love myself exactly the way I am, so I may inspire others to do the same. So I may inspire others to do the same. I hope you enjoy this new moon, set some really, really good intentions, and just spend really, really good time with yourself, nurturing yourself, sunbathing, doing things that make you feel empowered. I've been working with my citrine for a few days now, which is a beautiful stone for the solar plexus. And it's great for manifestation, but it also allows your mood to feel joyous as you're doing it. So maybe work with your crystals. And then I pulled a card for us before we started. And I was like, whoa, but this card is specifically for las comadres, with the comadres in mind. And this is the card that I pulled. There is medicine in my shadow. There is medicine in my shadow. I don't know which of you comadres needed to hear that, but if that's where you're working, if that's where you're at, then know that there is medicine there, that there is value there, that there is healing there, that on the other side of that is where I'm seeing that a lot of comadres are resonating with that message. It was very, very specifically for you and this group here. So if you're working through your shadow, know that it's worth it. Know that that dark night of the soul is teaching you something, and that's where the real gems of who you authentically are. And we can get to decide to be authentic, but we don't exactly sometimes know what authentic looks like. And we may even be surprised ourselves as to what that looks like. So have grace with yourself and know that there are comadres here that have done some shadow work and that are here to help and to support, and that have walked that dark night of the soul before and know how difficult it could be, but they can help lead you to the other side, myself included. So reach out to me whenever you need anything like that. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I love you all. I'm sending you a big hug. Find that beauty inside of you. Ask this new moon to fill you with all of that personal joy and that power that lives inside of you already. Ask for this new moon to help you emerge that. And as always, I'm here to support you. Big, big hug. Mwah. Thank you. Thank you. See you guys soon.